Good morning, everybody. We are in my kitchen, which seems to be the place that I am starting most of these vlogs. First things first, I have to share with you guys what happened last night. We took Scooby to look at Christmas lights, which is something I did last year because someone on Instagram posted a reel of their dog looking at Christmas lights, and we were like, I wonder if Scooby would love that. So my mom was here last Thanksgiving, and there is a light display at our local hospital. We took him last year. He loved it. So last night I was like, Scotty, let's take him again and see how he does. So adorable. Oh my gosh. Scooby, where are we going?
How'd you do that?
I used the flash on my camera.
I just stay steady like that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hey, Scotty, where are we going?
The hospital.
We are. But nothing's wrong. We're taking Scooby to go look at Christmas lights, which is like his favorite thing in the whole world. Well, I don't know if it's, I think he also likes bacon, but this is right up there, right, Scooby? 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 One thing to note, Scooby sits like a human being in the car. We don't know why.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee?
So yeah, we are very quickly becoming those people who gush over their dogs because their children have grown and flown, and I'm personally okay with that. It is what it is. They meet a very basic need that we have to baby something. So we don't have kids to baby anymore, so we baby our animals. I mean, you know, I think it's okay. Okay, I am showing you guys this with pure vulnerability. Be kind. This is the current state of my closet. I'm not proud of it, but I just thought I would show you this because in case you thought that just because I pride myself on doing decluttering and organizational videos, that means that my own closet is always perfect. Oh, heck no. I have had such a crazy schedule, and then I jumped right into doing Vlogmas, and something had to give, and that is what ended up having to give. That laundry hasn't even been put away yet. It's clean. The laundry basket is overflowing. I have got to get this back in shape. Of course, I will do a montage because I'm Jen Lefforge, and that's what I do, is a montage, you know, because how could we not, though? Things are back to the level of orderliness that I am okay with. Everybody's different when it comes to this. So you may be okay with less organization than this. You may be okay with more organization than this, whatever is applicable to your situation. And also to the size of closet you have, obviously. I have a very large closet, which has not always been the case. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But I kind of pared down like my little daily sweater collection. This is a tote that I just picked up from Portland Leather, kind of an everyday medium-sized tote that I'm actually getting quite a bit of use out of and love. Pants are put back where they go. Sweaters are put back where they go. Everything kind of in its home. I've actually made a couple of small changes to where I'm keeping a few things. I'll show you that in a second. This is my seasonal drawer. So this is sweaters right now, but in the summertime, this is swimsuits. And speaking of which, I put all of my swimsuits back in here because that's my swimsuit box. And then I also took my flip-flops and I put them all in this box because I need to get to those when I travel with Scott to warm weather destinations, which he's going to a lot right now. And they were taking up space down here with like my everyday shoes. And so, yeah, this is now more shoes that I wear every day in the fall and winter. So yeah, I'm very happy with my 15 minutes worth of effort because that's all that's required when your systems are set up well. The other thing I did was I added a bigger basket for my winter scarves. I had a tiny little basket here and that was not sufficient for what I needed. And we're all ready for my next trip, which is coming up sooner than I would like. So yeah, let's talk about that. Oh, also let's refold that sweater. That's one of my favorites. That will not do. Fixed. For those of you that was going to bother, it has been fixed. So I'm going to go over this more in my Q&A video, which probably will go up tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm very much flying by the seat of my pants with this Vlogmas situation. But I'm headed to Arizona at the end of this week to go see Mom for a few days. Not like a lot of you asked in the Q&A. Sorry, I started the thought and then my mind went somewhere else. A lot of you asked in the Q&A two things: my travel plans for 2025 and also how is my mom doing. I will address both of those things, and they are related. Because one of the things I will be doing in 2025 is going to see Mom at least every 3 months. That may get closer together depending on how she's doing. And I want to expand more on that with kind of, it's challenging when you have a loved one with dementia and you live in another state because it's just challenging for a variety of reasons. Again, that I'm going to get more into. I don't actually love that I'm headed out of town so quickly. And it's definitely going to change how I travel in 2025. And keep in mind, because Scott travels, if we're like ships passing in the night, we don't see each other as much. And one of the things we really kind of reevaluated, I guess that's how that falls. Make sure that there's not something wrong with that jacket, because I actually really love this jacket. I don't wear it nearly enough. One of the things that Scott and I have talked about is that we want to spend more time together. So that's why I'm going on more trips with him. That's why in 2025, more of my trips will be with him. I'll also be doing some solo travel. So yeah, more on that in the Q&A. I don't want to give it all away. But travel is still happening a lot, more than I would like, but for a variety of reasons. So having my travel stuff where I can grab it is super important for me. It is a ridiculous privilege and luxury that I have a closet this size. Let me tell you, I have had some teeny tiny closets. When we moved into this house, the first time I saw this closet, I about fell over because I've never had the luxury of space. And it can almost be, as I'm on my decluttering journey, it can actually be kind of not a blessing because it's really easy to not get rid of things because you have so much storage space. But I have, like you can see, I have tons of available space. And my goal is to keep it that way, to always have plenty of breathing room. Because if I packed this house to the rafters with all the storage space it has, it would be an absurd amount of belongings for one person to keep track of, care for, all the things. And as we know, I'm trying to pare down, but it requires a lot of discipline. It also requires a lot of discipline when you're in a teeny tiny space. And I have been there as well. So if your goal is to only have the number of things that one person can manage. That has to be true regardless of the size of your space. And each comes with its own challenges. Although, I will say this, having had a huge closet and a tiny closet, I'll take the huge closet. Please and thank you. Okay, we are down here now. And what is today? December the 8th. Shockingly, this is December the 8th. I don't think we need to talk about this anymore. The fact that the time is just going too quickly. Hopefully, and a few of you have been so kind to say this in the comments, these Vlogmas videos are helping you either get in the spirit or giving you like a moment in the day to just kind of slow down. They have been helping me tremendously. I'm shocked at how much, more I'm getting done because it's the whole body doubling thing. Like I know that I'm like, this morning I woke up, I was like, okay, what am I going to film today? And there was so much to do. And I was like, I need to do something that is interesting, but also I have a lot to get done. And I needed to get that closet under control. It's been bothering me for the better part of a week, and I needed to get my laundry done. So doing all of that on camera, it went faster. It's actually done now. I probably would have dragged that out all day. So thank you to all of you for helping me get my crap together. It's very important. Let's start with the L'Occitane one, since it is right here in front of me. One of you pointed out that this side of it has odd numbers and the other side has evens. Brilliant. Math is not my strong suit. I was told there would be no math involved. But let's go into number 8, which is actually much easier to find when you know exactly what side it's on. So there's number 8. Let's see what that is. That is okie doke. Another hand cream, which y'all know, like the whole reason I got this is because their hand cream, especially the little travel sizes, is my absolute favorite thing. So I am not at all upset that it is another hand cream. This is a Cream Mains, if you're an American, Posesh Dry Skin Hand Cream. So, and it's 20% shea butter. 100% this is being kept. In fact, so much so that I'm going to use it right this second because I am actually running the heater as much. One of you said, it's funny that you said you're not going to talk about the weather when pretty much all over the country, once it gets this cold, that's all any of us talk about, which kind of made me laugh. But, okay, yeah, the fragrance is great. You can't smell it. I keep smelling things. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit so I'm better in frame. My hands needed that. The jazz hands needed some hand cream. So thank you, L'Occitane, for providing today's hand cream. Today's hand cream brought to you by L'Occitane, but mostly me because I paid for it. But thank you for making it. That's okay. Let's do our candle. I lined up all of the candles so far. It's super cute. It looks like a little makeshift, I'm not Jewish, but it looked like a little makeshift menorah and it was making me kind of happy. But also I think I might light them like as a little Advent. Today is the second Sunday of Advent. If you were raised in the church, or if you're like me and you were a pastor for over a decade, Advent is the 4 Sundays we're actually in the Advent season now. Christmas season doesn't actually start until Christmas Eve. I know, right? Just blew your mind. So we're actually in Advent, and this is week 2. Each week, depending on your liturgical tradition, the Catholic tradition, the Lutheran tradition, I went to a church that followed like a bunch of different, we were a Bible church, but we combined different things. That's where I was a pastor, a lot of different liturgical traditions. But I don't remember what this week is. So I will look that up and I will put it right here so that you know what this week represents. But you light a candle for each week. And I thought about setting up a little Advent situation with the candles. So I don't know, I may do that for next week's Sunday vlog, or I may even do it later today. I don't know. I doubt it. So let's open these up. I noticed yesterday that this one I put backwards. I don't know why, but I'm going to need to fix that at some point. Not right now. This is number 8 right here. And this is Open that up. Number 8. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, this one has like little gold. We'll have to choose like the most special container for our 4th week Advent calendar. And then, oh, sorry, I should have said the center candle or the 4th candle, depending, is, I guess it's really the 5th candle that goes in the center. I'm not remembering this correctly. One of you, especially you Lutherans out there, will remember, is the Christ candle. And that's usually, when I was growing up in the Lutheran tradition, the Christ candle was always pink. So you want it to be like the most special candle for obvious reasons. But this one is pretty nice. I like the gold. That is gorgeous. Oh, and I didn't even look at what the scent was. This one is the Noble Fir Garland. So this is a perfect, like, just screams Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, I had a long conversation with Scott last night about how some Christmas specials, Christmas films have a certain place in the timeline. Like there's certain things you can't watch too early. For instance, we only watch Muppet Christmas Carol on Christmas Eve. It is our Christmas Eve film. By the way, it is stellar. Last night, though, we watched another Muppet classic that warms my heart, I cannot tell you, and I think is a great early Christmas special, and that is Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. You want to listen, you want to cry like a baby, you listen to Ma singing We're Closer Now Than Ever Before. It will change your life. It is the most heartwarming. It is a take of the Gift of the Magi. It is Emmett Otter and his mother who have come upon very challenging financial times. There is Emmett's friend Wendell, he's a porcupine, and I happen to adore that his little coils come out of his jacket. There is music, there is drama, there is a hole in the wash tub, and it is not to be missed. If you have never seen this special, go watch it and then report back. It will change your life. It will change your life. I will take that to my grave. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is phenomenal and will change your life. There you go. Okay, so let's see what's next. Let's do the Beekman 1802 next. Let's go here to day 8. Apparently they were recently on QVC. I feel like every day I'm showing up with a little more intel about the Beekman company. So a lot of you told me to go watch their QVC presentation, which I intend to do secretly. I guess not now because I'm saying it out loud, but I love me a good QVC presentation. I just do. I love watching Samantha Brown on there. I used to love when Lisa Rinna would be on there. I love it. More fancy soap. Hooray! Glacial mint and eucalyptus goat milk soap. Keeping it. So yeah, this one is for me. We're having a really good Advent day today. I'm going to scoot you guys. Well, I guess you're okay. I need to not be so. We cannot be this particular. It ain't La Boheme as Noelle Ireland. If any of you ever knew Noelle, she was an amazing choreographer. She worked in the Phoenix area in a lot of regional theater, a lot of community theater, and that was her saying, it ain't La Boheme, which meant just get it done. Sometimes it needs to be perfect, and sometimes you can just say it is good enough. Okay, let's do our wine one next, and we will end with L'Occitane. If you want to know where my brain is at, I actually had a dream last night that I forgot to do the wine one, and I was like stressed about it. It's ridiculous. Okay, number 8, can you see that, is right here. Noelle was married to a guy, I don't know if they're still married, I haven't checked them out in forever, a guy named Peter Hill that directed a lot of theater that I did over the years. Great guy. They were a great couple. So yeah, if you know anything about, if you were involved in the theater scene in Scottsdale, Phoenix in the late 80s, early 90s, comment below. Okay, this is a 2022 North Coast Merlot. Merlot is kind of hit or miss for me. It can be great, and it can also be a little bit too much for me. This one is number 8, is blackberry and plum aromas with a hint of spice, flavors of dark fruit and chocolate. from California. I will probably be okay with this one. So again, wintertime, red wines. You know, I drank one of the whites last night and it was really lovely. And I have another red right here. So we have 2 reds now. And I just heard from one of my sons about when he's coming home, and he's going to come home on Christmas Eve and stay until the 26th. So whatever I don't get through, I will have them to share it with, and that will be lovely. Okay, so I'm going to set that over here. Now our last one for today is our elements box. And we're going to go to number 8, which is, I don't know why these are so, I think my brain, like, because of the, there it is, because of the pattern of these, my brain is having a hard time seeing the numbers. All right, what do we have? Pro Collagen Energizing Marine Cleanser. I actually have a version of this in my shower right now. It's a different line, but it is the Energizing Cleanser. It's lovely. So you know how if you've been, here's how I do it. If I've been wearing makeup all day, I double cleanse. I do my cleanser and then I do my cleansing balm to get the makeup off, and then I do an additional cleanser. Skin Energizing Cleanser. So there you go. Also, this will be a great one for the guest room because that's one of those things that a lot of times guests don't have, like a special cleanser. So I like to provide that. Okay, today we did a lot, and I'm gonna run upstairs and put the finishing touches on editing this video because I'm actually filming it on the day I'm putting it up, which back in the day I never would have done. But I have gotten, I think not only have I gotten better at editing, but in that I can do it a lot faster. I'm a lot more comfortable with imperfection than I used to be. Back in the day, I would just obsess over the smallest details, and it really was a killer of my creativity. So if you're in a creative field, that is my strong encouragement to you today, is to sometimes just think of Noelle. It ain't la boheme. You can do something creative that you love. You can do a good job. I'm not saying produce crap. Don't do that. But it doesn't have to be perfect. There can be things that are not maybe exactly like you wanted them. And especially if you're gonna tackle something like Vlogmas and you're gonna do a video every day. If I tried to make these perfect, I would have time for literally nothing else. So I hope you enjoyed today. As always, I make no promises about tomorrow. They may just end abruptly. I don't know. We're going with my available energy and my available time. As of right now, I'm having a lot of fun. And I'm so grateful to you guys for watching and encouraging me and following along. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy, and I'll see you tomorrow.